the opinion that, like a lot of his horses, he would take a step forward for this run. Right, let's pick the rest up out on track. I've had a little go at Just the Man, actually, based upon everything that Alex and Rachel have been saying back in the studio. I think he will get a pace to aim. I just think he's overlooked at the prices, in truth. I mentioned Kitterbart earlier on, and he ran well on his reappearance. But as I say, David Simcock just suggested he thought he would take another step forward for this run. But I know that's how I've got it down, Rachel. They're going to go hard and it's going to suit a closer, so cue something making all.
No, exactly. That's always the way that it works out, isn't it, Tom? But I agree with you. They're on paper, which so far that's not meant a whole lot, between Don't Give Up, Makar, Tribal Craft, Spacewalk potentially blowing DIXIE. There is a lot of early speed that this race might be one that, particularly with higher level horses, they actually run at a full end-to-end gallop and it doesn't implode, which hopefully is what you want. And I would say Tribal Craft, even from stall 6, she might be the one to end up solely on the front end, as she does tend to want to go up there. She had the red hood in the paddock. She did seem a little bit jig-joggy on her toes, and as this is her first try on the all-weather, she may be officially in the afternoon. I'm sure in the morning she's been working on it all winter. That she might just really enjoy getting her toe in and just letting herself down and speeding off in front.
Yeah, and she may well take a leap forward for that reappearance in just a 3-runner race last time, but that was a drop in grade from listed company. She contested over further on those previous couple of starts, and she is very lightly raced, making her debut on this surface. Just on Good Tidings, he's been 3 times a beaten favourite since that last success, which came to novice at Newcastle. I get why he heads the betting here. I don't think he's the easiest. I'm not sure he's the most straightforward horse.
No, he definitely isn't, and even though James Doyle is one of the top jockeys, I think, in the world, I personally would have rather had Rav Hamlin or somebody who has ridden him before, because he is quite quirky. He tends to get in his own way more times than not. I can see why they gelded him over the winter, because, I mean, there is a lot of talent there, but he is not wearing the blinkers because it's the latest fashion accessory out of Paris.
No, and they've tried another fashion accessory in the form of a visor before that as well. Makar with the cheek pieces on for the first time. I like the return to the all-weather for him. I think that's an interesting angle. 2 from 3 on synthetic surfaces.
Yeah, definitely. I marked that down, considering once I saw that his wins were at Wolverhampton and Lingfield, and I looked at his last 5-6 runs, and they've all been at Newbury and Chester and Hamilton. They've all been on the turf, and I'm just going, this is a horse who just loves scuttling over the all-weather surface. And I know they dipped his toe into some listed company in the Chester Stakes and the Glasgow Stakes, but I thought his comeback run at Newbury when he was 4th, albeit well beaten because the top 3 pulled clear, that was a 0-100 handicap. He did go forward. That was off the 10-month layoff in the gelding operation. He didn't really have a whole lot extra, and he sort of was racing a bit choke out. So I like the headgear going on with the first-time cheek pieces. Hopefully that blew the cobwebs out, and Andrea Atzini, back on the surface he likes, should be able to just keep him a little bit more contained and contain the exuberance ever so slightly.
There was a bit of money early doors for CRASTER, who's now eased back out ever so slightly. What do you make of the mark, the break, the gelding operation, the trip? There's a few imponderables.
Yeah, there really are. I was actually intrigued that Hughie Morrison has put a handicap debutant into quite a high-end handicap field, and I thought at first, oh goodness, what has this horse done to get the air of the handicapper to make him have to run in this? He's not. He's off 78. I think that's a bit harsh, but I can appreciate the third behind the Max We Can and Sky Max at Bath back in October of 2018. That's decent enough for him. My problem is he's facing some pretty high-end competition off a 20-month layoff, and that, I think, that might just see him in a little bit of difficulties.
Sum it up for me, Rachel. What's going to happen?
I have no idea, Tom. But I think Tribal Craft's going to bounce out in front. I would say Makar and Don't Give Up, who's coming off the long layoff, first start for Mick Appleby. They're going to be forwardly placed. This is going to be a true run gallop, and I think it's going to set up for Just the Man, who's going to take his sweet time about it, but Adam Kirby will be able to get him up on the line.
Well, we've agreed on a lot. Let's just hope we get something right. We'll see very shortly what happens with Simon Holt.
Yes, 3 to go in. Good tidings. Good opportunity here. One would have thought Spacewalker's got very warm indeed at the start. Went down ahead of the others. Seaside on there. Spacewalker in the Queen's colours. So just waiting for good tidings and Spacewalk as the yellow flag is raised. Last one going in. Spacewalk and Tom Marquand in the royal colours at the 1.5 mile start. This try our new runner boost at Unibet Handicap, and they jump away and they came out in a very good line. Kitterbart possibly just the slowest out. CRASTER on the far side going forward. Don't Give Up, Tribal Craft and Kalachi Gala through the first furlong. Makar in a yellow jacket about to join in. Good Tidings is wider. Cutting in a little bit is Spacewalk, and they're well grouped together as they head for the judge with the circuit ahead of them. So Tribal Craft from Makar. CRASTER in the black and white quarters around the inside then of Kalachi Gala in the striped sleeves. 3 wide into the bend is Good Tidings going up to join these leaders. Then Don't Give Up round the inside of Spacewalk. A little bit worse than the midfield to Oh It's Sore Spot on the outside of Blowing Dixie. Then Just the Man, Kitterbart, and Point in Time is the back marker. Heading for the final mile into the back straight. Tribal Craft by 3/4 of a length to Makar in second place. CRASTER is third. Good Tidings handy on the outside, followed by Kalachi Gala. Spacewalk then from Don't Give Up, Oh It's Sore Spot, Blowing Dixie. Just the Man third last, second last Kitterbart, and finally Point in Time. Be about a dozen lengths first to last, and still Tribal Craft under champion jockey Oisin Murphy setting the fractions here as they race to the final 6 furlongs. Makar is second. Good Tidings right there up on the outside under James Doyle in that blue and white jacket, well poised, followed by CRASTER around the inside of Kalachi Gala. Then Spacewalk in the scarlet sleeves. Don't Give Up is just giving the hurry up now around the inside, followed by Blowing Dixie and Oh It's His Sore Spot, and then further back Just the Man, Kitterbart, and Point in Time. Swinging right-handed and now entering the final half mile, and still Tribal Craft is the leader by a half length to Makar in second. Good Tidings up on the outside, followed by CRASTER. Makar now coming under pressure in that yellow jacket. Kalachi Gala is stalking the leading quartet, followed by Spacewalk. Then Don't Give Up, Blowing Dixie, Oh It's Sore Spot, and Kitterbart and Just the Man, and Point in Time. Still Tribal Craft. Good Tidings now being asked a question, a serious question on the outside. Kalachi Gala coming through, and the cavalry coming in behind Kitterbart. Also Just the Man from the back of the field as well, but it's still Tribal Craft from Kalachi Gala. Good Tidings now weakening right out of it, and it's Tribal Craft from Kalachi Gala. A half length between them. Running on well is Spacewalk with Blowing Dixie, but Tribal Craft has seen them all off. Tribal Craft from Kalachi Gala. Running home well, Spacewalk down the outside. Blowing Dixie on the far side, and between them, Oh It's Sore Spot.
Tribal Craft, all but makes all, was up there throughout and has won really nicely here. Daughter of Master Craftsman under a nice ride from Sheen Murphy. And just at this stage, he just eked out that little bit more on the front end as well. The cavalry did come from in behind. Kalachi Gala, who was in fourth for much of it, has run on for second, got a nice little split and kept on. And Spacewalk as well, who did get warm beforehand and has done so in the past, but have been gelded here, but still wasn't for settling early doors, but keeps on with a good bit of promise. I think that's still a well-treated horse. He may well take a step forward for that. Just needs to be that little more tractable in the prelims as well to really show his best, I think. But there you go. The horse that got out, got in front. Stedo said early doors he shouldn't have had a bet in the race, but well, I hope you did, because you gave it a good talk up beforehand for his daughter of Master Craftsman, so well done you.
Yeah, Stedo backs winner shock. Crikey, you throw enough darts to the board, eventually one will stick. That's a fine ride from Machine Murphy, isn't it? Tribal Craft, who I think Rachel bumped into a very, very progressive horse of Mark Johnston's last time out.
Yeah, absolutely, in Tulip Fields, and I know it was only a 3-runner race that she was in, because she went out and set the pace, and it was pushed the entire time just until the last. It was a solid enough contest, and Oisin did get out, and I think he might have even been ever so slightly surprised that he got as easy as a lead as he did, because it's great when they broke from the starting gate. Ali Rawlinson and Charlie Bennett, they all sort of were looking around at each other, which, you know, when there's a race with a lot of pace on, and all of a sudden jockeys start looking around straight out of the gate, you know you're in trouble. So Oisin just went and took this filly to the front, and it was a steady enough pace. He didn't sort of anchor down on the back stretch, which was good. There wasn't a lot of excuses in behind, as you could say, because Kalachi Gala came from mid-pack. Just the Man was way too far back at this point, but did come on for a good run for 5th in the end, got run out of it by Blowing Dixie. But it was just, I mean, she's a very nice mare. We know they've been trying to get some black type into her, and the nice thing is she likes this surface this much, particularly for fillies. There's a nice little pattern for them on the all-weather, so particularly if they want to keep her in training over the winter before maybe putting her out to stud.
Good effort that. Tribal Craft it is, who wins, and it's another one for the champion jockey.